Okay, now we're going.
Okay, every January,
Yeah.
we'd always go into Little Tokyo to watch what my grandfather called Kyushingra.
What's a Kyusinga?
It was the tale of the 47 Ronin, where their master was killed by treachery,
Yeah.
and they disbanded his whole estate. His family was put to shame. So all his samurai that were with him, they pretended to go their own way, become masterless, under the guise that they weren't going to do anything, yet they plotted that one day they were going to kill this guy that actually played the trick on their master.
Yeah.
And they were going to gain revenge on him.
Okay.
So that was a tale of the 47 samurai. And every year, my grandfather says, "Hey, we have to go into Los Angeles to see this new movie of Kyushingra." And I'm going,
No.
but we saw it last year. And he says, "But this one is different."
Okay.
So every year we'd go in and watch the 47 Ronin, the actual tale of the 47 Ronin.
Yeah.
But they came out under different names. I think the most prevalent name was Kyushingra, and there were different actors in the thing. And he says, "Yeah, every time they come out with it's from a different point of view." So he says, "We have to go see it." I'm going, "Oh, yeah."
So did your like grandparents or your parents put a lot of emphasis on like taking you to these like very like Japanese things, cultural things?
Oh yeah, we used to go down to Toho La Brea.
Yeah.
Down in where was it? That was in I guess around the Crenshaw district.
Right.
Okay, we used to go see Toho La Brea, go to the Linda Lee. There was a movie house right in front of Hoya-san on First. Then we went to see a lot of the samurai movies there that was presented,
Yeah.
Yeah, so we went there.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we always see the serials, I don't know if you're familiar with the serials.
No.
Well, it's like the Americans.
Just dropping all these names that are.
The American serials, they used to have 1 hour films.
Okay.
That you had chapter 1, and then next week come out with chapter 2,
like
chapter
a TV
3.
series.
Yeah, like a TV series, but it was a movie house. You go to the movies and watch that thing. It's
It's very interesting.
like the old Batman serials, Superman serials. These are back in the 1940s, but the Japanese films, they had the same kind of thing. They had a series of films called like the Sword of Doom. It was one actor, and he made this whole series of these films.
No,
Just-
I never. No. Oh my god.
Just like I said, Zatoichi,
I feel uneducated right now, just like going through all of this.
and then later on in the 1990s,
Yeah.
they came out with Lone Wolf and the Baby Cart. That was a series of samurai movies where this guy is pushing this little toddler in a baby cart. He's pushing them, going through all these different places in Japan, and a kind of like I guess you could say a troubleshooter.
Okay.
kind of thing. But he's a freelancer, okay?
So.
But there was a whole series of this thing.
Okay.
So you go in there one 1 month each time.
Right. Well, do you feel like when you saw these movies or serials, do you feel like it was very weird because like it was something that was representing your own background, and then you were kind of like you kind of have this distance with the things that were represented in these productions?
No, I guess some of them were kind of. I guess we looked at it kind of like, oh, this is hilarious.
Yeah. Okay.
you know, like they had this series of. I don't know. It's a new Criterion. It's come out with a series of DVDs for Lady Snowblood. Have you seen those?
No, I'm just lost. I'm just really lost here with all this.
Oh. Wow.
Lady Snowblood.
Yeah, it's worse than a regular samurai movie. It was even bloodier, you know.
I never see those. Oh wow, I don't. Okay. Yeah, but yeah. So basically, you like still kept in touch with like your background like a lot when you're.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Grandma and Grandpa used to go watch those movies all the time. See, back then, instead of being taken into Little Tokyo to watch these, a lot of the stuff like Reverend Yokoi's Sage Methodist, once a month or once every couple months, he'd have samurai movies or some kind of Japanese movies showing it in his place. He did, somebody would bring a projector and they put a big screen up, and they'd show, so everybody go there and watch the Japanese movies.
Okay.
It was like a lot of the Issei's would go there. And watch, and they drag their grandkids along.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
So you were one of those grandkids?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you feel like your Japanese culture played a bigger role in your life, or like American culture, or do you feel like both had?
Both equally.
Equally,
yeah. Because you had my grandparents on one side,
right,
and then all my friends
on the other side.
On the other side. They were all Hakujin,
What's
white people.
I'm sorry, like fat people or
no white.
White? Oh, white people.
White people.
White people.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh, so you were like, so you had.
Yeah,
like
I had all my friends that we were in the Cub Scouts together and things like that.
Right. Okay.
And they're all Americans.
Yeah.
We had Michael O'Mara, Gary Boggs,
right.
Jimmy Nielsen, Chuck Warner, Charlie Warner. All together we used to play, kind of thing. So that was like Monday through Friday.
Okay.
At school and things like that while we're growing up, and then on the weekends at Grandma and Grandpa's turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so did your grandparents or your parents ever tell you about stories of them growing up, or like how they grew up, or in Japan, or how they were brought to the...
Well, no, not really.
Okay.
Grandma and Grandpa used to tell us all the old stories that they learned as children that you don't hear anymore.
Right.
Well, I don't know. I guess we learned the story about the hare and the tortoise. Have you heard that?
No.
Aesop's fables, the hare and the tortoise race. The hare thought he could win the race because he was faster than the tortoise.
The hare and the turtle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, so
Okay.
They told us the story about the thing is moshi moshi kame-o-san, kame-san, you know, and sing the song and tell the story about the thing.
Okay.
You heard about the little boy that was born in the peach.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, that
So
was
these are-
Momotaro-san.
Oh, so these are the stories.
So Japanese,
Oh.
yeah. Originally, I thought all these are all Japanese stories that I read it in the grade school. I'm like,
Right.
oh, wow, these are really Japanese stories.
Okay. So there was kind of like a
Melding
weird
of everything,
transition.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Did that affect you in any kind of way, or
No,
okay.
no.
It's just
It's,
like
it's just
weird.
it was just one of those things that you know, the grandparents
Yeah.
always told those old stories and things, and you figure, oh, okay, this is Japanese stuff,
Yeah.
and then to find out, well, no, it came from way back in the about what 17 BC, 2500 BC under a Greek guy named Aesop. You know,
Yeah.
well,
Things like
so it's told,
okay.
you know, their own versions told in each country.
So do you remember growing up? Did you have any like any particular like Japanese traditions or any traditions that your grandparents or your parents practiced, or that were kind of like every single year that you remember? Oh, this is the time of year again.
Oh,
We're gonna
March.
the Cherry Blossom Festival. Or?
Cherry blossom. Oh, how about Boys' Day? March.
Oh,
In March,
okay.
you fly the kites, the koi
Yeah.
kites, and all the boys got pair of presents.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, the 357. Is it the 357?
Yeah, I think it's 357. Well, it's in March. March, I think. What is it? But yeah, for the longest time we celebrated Boys' Day. Then I guess in the 1990s, all of a sudden they started celebrating Girls' Day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah. So it's the same thing,
Okay.
different type of year. But when I was growing up, we didn't have Girls' Day. It was all
Yeah.
Boys' Day.
Oh okay.
You know.
Um,
But yeah, and you took the koi,
right.
the kites, put them up and things like that.
Okay.
Didn't really participate that much in the cherry blossom, but we knew that when the spring was arriving, because all the cherry
Yeah.
blossoms started blooming.
Yeah.
You know.
I think that's it for all my questions. Do you have anything to add, or to like anything that you just like pop at you that you want to say about anything you remember, memories, or
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
anything that you want to share? You can say no.
You want to talk about some of those movies that came out? You know?
We got enough footage. Okay. Okay, great. Let me just set this thing.